Now it's Friday, and that means that it's time to take stock. It was a deal-heavy week for startups, led by the $900 million buyout of ad tech firm MediaNet by a Chinese consortium. What's going on in the ad tech as well as the domestic M&A scene? CNBC TV 18's Saina and VC Circle's Nagaraj take you through the startup tracker.
Hello and welcome to the Young Turks Startup Tracker. We are doing our weekly wrap with Nagaraj from News Corp VC Circle. So Nagaraj, let's start by talking about the marquee deal of the week, the $900 million Media.net deal. Chinese investors buying this ad tech firm out. Given what is happening in ad tech globally, what are your insights?
I think it's a very nice exit. Globally, the largest part of the ad tech revenue, ad revenue, is taken away by Google and Facebook. And when I say globally, it's just the exception of China. China is a very closed market. Now, if you look at who acquired MediaNet, that's a Chinese consortium, right? And it makes sense for that consortium to have this technology being made available to them outside of the top three in China. It's also a smart exit by the Turakia brothers, because acquisition of Yahoo by AOL, and Yahoo being their largest customer, puts somewhat at risk that contract, and it was timed just about right, I'd say.
I get what you're saying, Nagaraj, but given the previous two deals that we saw in this space, Google buying out AdMob and Twitter buying out MoPub, this deal is significantly higher priced. How do you account for this?
I would say that the prices at which AdMob and MoPub were acquired were reasonable prices, because they were acquired when ad tech programmatic buying particularly was at a more nascent stage than it is today. Today we are at peak ads. We do not expect that the ad tech industry can do anything much further than the efficiency that it drives today, given the publishing environment. Having said that, the specific monies that were paid for AdMob and for MoPub were for acquiring the technology, and that's precisely what the Chinese consortium has done. If you look at the components, the companies comprising the Chinese consortium, they are not the top 3 or top 4 consumer apps in the country. So this is a group that's outside of the top 3 or top 4 that wants this technology for use in China.
All right. So let's move away from what happened in ad tech and let's talk about M&A in general, and let's look at the domestic market. We've seen an uptick in the number of deals that are happening. What would you accrue this to?
The primary reason for some of the larger marquee M&A deals has been that there is a common investor, and the investor has basically decided that I do not want to take any of these burn rates from two companies in the same space anymore. And the second obvious reason is that let's go for cost synergies. So if you look at e-commerce specifically, every buyout essentially removes one more potential cash burn area. So it will involve, going forward, plays like food tech.
Given the glut that we've seen in angel and seed stage deals that continues even this year, are a lot of these companies managing to raise their Series A and Series B, and what can we read into the numbers that you have?
Our research shows that typically companies take about 1.5 years between their angel round and Series A round. You will find that only 10% of companies that were started in the previous 2 years raised money in 2015. That gives you a huge pool of companies that have still not exited. So there you go, there's more action that waits us for M&A.
Well, Nagaraj, on that note, it's time to wrap up the weekly Startup Tracker. I'll see you next week.